Hey guys, it's Michael. Today is your Thursday, June 25th, stimulus check and stimulus package update. We have big information from the Senate. In today's video, we're going to go over states reopening, economic news, and then finally a new stimulus bill that was finally proposed by the Senate. So if you want to skip ahead to any portion in the video, I'll include timestamps down below. But before we get started, I want to let you guys know that we're doing a $50 free stock giveaway in today's video. All you need to do to be eligible is like the video down below, be subscribed to the channel, and comment down below the 3 stocks I mentioned at the end of today's video. But if you don't want to enter, you can still go ahead and get 2 free stocks right now, valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. Anyways, let's jump right into it, and let's start off with states reopening. So the other day, the US set a single-day record for the number of cases recorded in one day, and this comes 2 months after the US had its previous high. On Wednesday, the US had a record number of cases of 36,880 new cases reported. The number of infections indicates that the country is failing to contain the virus, but also that the caseload is increasing as states start to reopen and people start to interact more. This can be why we're seeing this increase in cases, and also because there's an increase in testing. So both of those things are contributing to the fact that we're seeing a record high number of cases 2 months after we had seen the previous high. Cases in the US have been on a downward trajectory for the last 2 months, since April 24th, but now we're starting to see this increase, and we're seeing record highs in states like Florida, Arizona, North Carolina. So make sure to keep an eye out and check on what's going on in your state so you know if there are any more precautions or anything you need to do moving forward. Now let's get into the economic news. So the International Monetary Fund warned on Wednesday that the global economy faces an even deeper downturn than it previously projected as the virus continues to bring uncertainty and businesses around the world are struggling to get back to pre-pandemic levels. Things are taking a lot longer than people expected to recover. The World Finance Group experts expect the global GDP to have a 4.9% contraction this year instead of what was previously forecasted earlier in the year when they forecasted that we would have a 3% contraction. So things are looking that they're going to be a lot worse and take a lot longer to recover. The I.M.F described this as the most severe economic downturn in the history since the Great Depression. They say since the Great Depression, we have not seen anything like this with this severe of a contraction in the GDP. Overall, the I.M.F expects the cumulative total loss of the pandemic and all of the shutdowns to be $12 trillion this year and next year. They expect it to cost us $12 trillion. They predict that we will see an increase in 2021 of the global GDP. However, they say we're still not going to increase as much as they were projecting before the pandemic. The I.M.F cautioned that its forecast right now is more uncertain than ever before because of everything going on with the virus. If there is a cure or a vaccine developed, well, things could change very quickly. And if there is no cure or no vaccine developed within the next year or two, well, then things could be even worse. On top of a vaccine being developed, they also pointed to the fact that fiscal policies and stimulus packages, if these aren't to continue, and if we don't see more money put into the economy, well, then we could also see a longer recovery, and it could take us longer to recover. So there's 2 things that could affect how fast we're recovering right now. One is going to be the vaccine, and if people are going to take the vaccine, and the second is if there's more stimulus and more money continue to be put into the economy. Because if there's not, well, then businesses are going to struggle even more. And as a result of this warning from the I.M.F yesterday, and also the report that we saw a record day in the number of cases, the Dow Jones average fell 709 points yesterday as investors are starting to become more worried about the recovery and the state of the economy right now. So it'll be important to keep an eye out on this moving forward. But if there are some companies you'd like to invest in, now could be a good opportunity to start getting into those. Also, if you want to join our Power of Finance investors group, if you're interested in the stock market, investing, or making money, be sure to check out the link down below and join our Power of Finance investors group so you can stay up to date on opportunities in the market. And now let's get into the stimulus information and the new stimulus bill that was proposed by the Senate. U.S. Senator Martha McSally, a Republican from Arizona, introduced legislation this week, just the other day, that would encourage Americans to support the tourism industry after the pandemic is over. This new bill is called the American Trip Act, which stands for Tax Rebate and Incentive program. And this is similar to the $4,000 Explore America tax credit, which we heard a couple of weeks ago. This program, this act, would provide tax credits to Americans who spend money on lodging, entertainment, and other expenses related to travel in the United States. It'll also provide funding to the Destination Marketing Organization to promote travel and tourism industries across the country. Moving on, now let's get into the specific details of the American Trip Act and how it would work. So the specifics of this bill that the senators just proposed is that it would provide a $4,000 travel tax credit to individuals or an $8,000 tax credit to married couples who are filed jointly. In addition to this, you could receive an additional $500 tax credit for each dependent. So while this stimulus bill is helpful for some people, most people aren't able to travel, and it will not help the majority of Americans. This is just one stimulus bill that they're currently talking about. They have still been talking about direct stimulus payments, such as the generous payments that Donald Trump mentioned the other day in his interview. So we still can expect to see some sort of direct payments, whether that's enhanced unemployment benefits or another round of direct payments, but this is another aspect that could be included in the second stimulus package. In addition to the basic tax credits, it also says that this credit could be applied to all travel within the United States and its territories, and for filers who are fortunate enough to have a second home. Most people won't, but if you have a second home, expenses related to live entertainment, food and beverage, and transportation qualify at your second home, but expenses related to dwelling and your actual house do not qualify for this tax credit. So this would also provide $50 million to the DMO, which is the Destination Marketing Organization, to help promote tourism across the country. So I know a lot of you are thinking this won't help out a majority of people. However, this is just one aspect of the second stimulus package that they are currently talking about. This is good news though, because we're finally starting to see senators propose new stimulus packages. Most of the stimulus bills and stimulus packages we have seen have been proposed by the House Democrats, like the HEROES Act. So now we're starting to see some movement, some action in the Senate, which is good news moving forward. Hopefully they get another stimulus bill proposed soon with direct payments in it. Anyways, I'll keep you guys updated on what is happening there, but that is your Thursday, June 25th stimulus check and stimulus package update. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now let's get into the 3 stocks that you need to mention to be eligible for today's giveaway. The 3 stocks for today's video is stock number 1 is Peloton, and the stock ticker symbol is PTON. The second stock is Lowe's, and the stock ticker symbol is LOW. And the third stock for today's video is Alibaba, and the stock ticker symbol is BABA. Anyways, don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull Investing app. Join our Power of Finance Investors group if you're interested in the stock market, investing, and making money in general. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.